Hey guys, what is up? Today we're going to be going over something that we've already kind of covered, so it's going to be kind of a shorter video. But I don't know where that pencil came from actually. But I really wanted to do just like a pure Shuckle set. Give a couple of different options on Shuckle and just kind of review Shuckle. And so as always, this is for doubles, and just kind of want to go over a few things that are good for Shuckle, things that you can use with Shuckle, things that Pokemon that Shuckle really appreciates working with. So if you watched the last War Room episode, it's very obvious. It should be very obvious to you that Aromatisse is a perfect partner for Shuckle. It gets Heal Pulse and Aromatherapy, it gets Trick Room, and it provides some offensive presence. And the ability Aromaveal protects you from Taunt. So Aromatisse is one of the better partners. But the unfortunate thing about Aromatisse is that it's also weak to Steel. So if they bring in, say, like a Metagross or Mawile, these two guys aren't going to really work well together. And along with that, Aromatisse doesn't really resist any of Shuckle's weaknesses. So Shuckle's weak to water, steel, and rock, which is kind of ironic because he is part rock. But one of the things that there are two Pokemon that, while I haven't tested with, they do seem good in theory. Both of these are Gastrodon and Cradily. Now, both of them have access to Storm Drain. Gastrodon, I believe, offhand, prefers Storm Drain a little bit more than Cradily, only for the fact that I think Gastrodon's special attack might be higher. Don't quote me on that. I honestly was just coming up with these ideas, and the reason Gastrodon and Cradily are beautiful options is Gastrodon resists rock and sorry, I don't know why I did that. Gastrodon resists rock, resists steel, and I'm just pulling up the information on Gastrodon so I can explain to you a little bit better. And Gastrodon is just a beautiful Pokemon. So, as I said, it resists rock and steel. Now, rock and steel are two of our weaknesses, so that's fantastic. Now, in doubles, it's not like singles where if someone was about to attack me, I could just switch out and switch in the resistance, and that would happen. The reason it's good that Gastrodon resists rock and steel is mainly for the reason that a rock steel Pokemon won't dominate our partnership here. We won't see a Mawile be able to just come in and just destroy both guys, obviously in 2 turns. But you will see that it's easier to handle an opposing Pokemon when you both aren't weak to it. That's the word I'm looking for. Now, the reason Gastrodon is my personal pick that's good, while it doesn't provide taunt protection, once you get Shuckle going, you don't really have to worry. And even in the beginning, if they don't have any like super strong powerhouses, you don't really have to worry about getting the Shell Smash off. So that's one thing to consider. So Storm Drain is the reason, and Gastrodon really likes that Storm Drain. Now, if I'm understanding Storm Drain correctly, it works the same way. Yeah, I am understanding correctly. It works the same way that Lightning Rod does, and that if Shuckle is, say, targeted with a Hydro Pump coming from a Greninja, it will go towards Shuckle and then go, oh wait, Gastrodon, and then go to the Gastrodon. But it gives Gastrodon an immunity to water, and a boost to special attack. So Gastrodon's special attack is actually pretty lovely, sitting at a base 92, which, while it's not the greatest, it's a little below average. Although, with current metagames and stuff, apparently 130 base at special attack is pretty bad. I read that in a thread on Smogan, and I didn't understand why. Maybe you guys can enlighten me. While base 130 is really bad, but and I'm not bashing Smogon. I really don't understand. I thought that was freaking fantastic, but so he sits at 92 base special attack, which it really isn't the greatest. If you max it out, it's 311, I want to say. I just saw it, and now I passed it. Yeah, it's 311. And the cool thing about that is that the Storm Drain will boost you. So not only are you resisting two of Shuckle's weaknesses, you're immune, and his other weakness really helps you. So that's a crazy awesome thing to have. Now, he gets some pretty sweet attacks. He's got Muddy Water, which, compared to Surf, I mean, to be quite honest, I would prefer Surf. I don't think Muddy Water does anything that really scares us too much. I'm loading the page right now. Okay, so something I didn't know is that it has a 30% chance of lowering the target's accuracy. That's a good choice as well. So, I mean, it's a little inaccurate, sitting at about 85%, but for 95 base power and a 30% chance to lower accuracy, that is phenomenal. So, he not only has that, but he gets like access to Blizzard. So if you're running like Hail or something, that's something to consider. He's got Surf. All around, he has good attacking moves, good things to use. He is part ground. I don't know if he gets Earth Power. I feel like he should. That's something that I believe he would. Okay, so he gets Earth Power, but only from Generation 5. So if you're moving someone over, you can use him. If you want to use him in VGC, unfortunately, Earth Power is a little illegal right now. But otherwise, I really do think Gastrodon is one of the more perfect partners. Let me just double check the time, because I don't want to keep you guys here for too long. And the other Pokemon I was talking about is Cradily. Now, if I understand correctly, and if this would let me work, it's not letting me work, so we're just going to go the hard way. Cradily also has Storm Drain, and being a grass type, it is resistant to that rock, I think. I always get that confused. I hope I'm right on that. So he's rock grass, and being a grass, he's not actually resistant to rock. He's actually weak to steel, unfortunately, and neutral to water and rock. So he's not the best partner. He's kind of in the same boat as Aromatisse. Aromatisse is neutral to water, Aromatisse is neutral to rock, and Aromatisse is weak to steel. So while he isn't the best partner, that Storm Drain is another great ability. His special defense is really high. It sits at a base 107, and by really high I mean it's high enough to be considerable. And his base HP is 86. So, I mean, he can tank like something like a Greninja. He can most likely handle, because the Dark Pulse is going to come in. It's not going to be too scary. He's weak to ice, unfortunately. So, I mean, all things considered, Aromatisse and Gastrodon might be your best choices here. It also depends on what you're running. Trick Room team, definitely use Aromatisse. You can have Gastrodon in the back, but I'm gonna move on, to actually talking about Shuckle. So consider Gastrodon, consider Aromatisse. I personally like Aromatisse, but the fact that it's not immune to anything that Shuckle is weak to, and the fact that it can't draw away from those weaknesses like Gastrodon can, it's a little here and there you got to consider. Personally, Gastrodon might actually work really well on this team, since it is Sand and Trick Room. The only difference is I'd probably have to change things around because then we would be only one Trick Room setter, and that's not the greatest. So I mean, that's not something that's gonna happen to this team. But so the potential sets that Shuckle can run. Personally, I think this set's the best. If you're running it in Sand, I highly suggest just maxing out your defense and maxing out your HP. This provides you with just total defensive coverage, and if you're running Sand like I do with Tyranitar, you don't really need to worry too much about this because this Sand's going to raise your special defense by 50%, so that's like another 250. So you're going to be around the same as the defense, I believe. So yeah, I mean, this is that's weird. Okay, Showdown's suggesting a fast special sweeper here for Shuckle. You know, the 5 speed is going to outspeed all the Pokemon, and the 10 special attack is going to destroy them all. But so I personally think this is the best. You know, Rest may not be, you know, the most lovely of healing moves, but considering after a Shell Smash, you really won't have to worry about a thing. There are other things that you can do. I believe it's called Power Power Swap, I believe. And Shell Smash would be a fantastic coverage move. You don't even have to use Shell Smash. What the strategy I'm thinking of right now is you swap your defenses with your attacks, so then all of a sudden you're this insanely strong Pokemon. I mean, base 230 in your attacks. Yeah, good luck surviving many attacks from that. And something I've seen people run, which I have always thought is a really cool idea, is along the same lines as that, is, oops, I typed in Shucker. Guess what? We're all Shuckers. You're a Shucker, so shuck you. But, rollout. Just consider that for a second. Your base 230 attack. So I'm just looking up to find out the real move. The real move is Power Trick. Okay. The Power Trick is real. Okay, so yeah, it switches your attack stack with this defense stat. So it's kind of awesome if you think about it, because if you max out your defense, you have 614. You swap that, you now have 614 attack with no boosts. No boosts whatsoever. Take away Contrary and give yourself, I think he gets Swarm or something. You get Sturdy and Gluttony. Okay. So let's take out Contrary, because we don't really need Contrary for this. Do a Shell Smash. Boom. You're insanely strong right now. Or you could even go for a Shell Smash with Contrary. 614 attack. You're going to take it away a little bit. It doesn't even matter because you're still sitting at a really strong attack, you know? So Rollout just keeps rolling it out and getting stronger and stronger, and hopefully you don't miss. But honestly, Shuckle's role is really just to sit there, take all of the hits, sponge them up, and just deal damage per turn. You know, since he doesn't have the highest attack, I mean, you could go for the gimmicky power trick. Honestly, that might be more reserved for a rotation battle. That's where I've seen it used most effectively. But he's really just a sponge, and he's really there to just get that residual damage off. So Sandstorm, you can even, I think he learned Sandstorm. Give him Sandstorm. Sandstorm, Infestation, Sand Tomb, Toxic. All of those moves would just destroy. I mean, Sand Tomb and Infestation don't really stack, but Shuckle is vastly underrated, and for its just pure sponging power. I mean, you saw, and well, I hope you saw. You know, I hope you saw. But there was one battle where we took a stab Hydro Pump from Greninja. Like, Nothing takes that pretty much unless it's resisted, and we're weak to it. And that was before Shell Smash. What? The latest video I put up, we had Sun plus Typhlosion's Eruption at full health and a Heat Wave coming from a Mega Charizard Y, and we survived with 2 HP. So it did 242 damage, maybe max damage, we don't know, but we still survived. Like, this thing is the bulkiest thing you will ever use. It sponges up attacks, and since it doesn't have any real raw strength, Game Freak decided to gift it with the power of residual damage. It's immune to Sandstorm. Sandstorm boosts its defenses even more. This thing is amazing. You know, I love this thing so much. So I hope I convinced you to use it more. Shuckle performs really well on Trick Room teams because it's super freaking slow. You don't even need a minus speed stat. In fact, if you're using the power split, you can even use like a minus attack, a plus defense minus attack, plus defense minus special attack. You can use those too because that will even further the amount of damage you take away from them. But he's good on Sandstorm teams because sand really does help his survivability, because especially considering water's his more common weakness, and I mean rock is pretty common as well, but water is his more common weakness, and it's usually a special attack. Rock is usually a physical attack. It's actually 99% of the time a physical attack. Most special rock moves are not really widespread. So consider that, you know, put everything into defense, because physical rock attacks are everywhere. And then if you're in sand, you don't have to worry too much about that special defense. And it works well in Trick Room teams, I said that. It doesn't really work well in rain teams, I don't think. And sun teams could do well. And I wouldn't really suggest using him in singles, to be quite honest. He needs a partner to really help him get through with things. He's slow, he has no attack, and unless you get yourself in a favorable position, it's not going to really work too well with you. So that's that. I guess I can list some cons for him. Like I said, singles, not the best thing for him. He's really slow to start, so getting that Shell Smash off might be trouble, especially if you're fighting against a strong special attacker with water or a strong physical attacker with rock. There's not much you're going to be able to do with that. So you want to make sure that, you know, the Greninjas are out of the field, or if not, have someone that can take the Greninjas, like Gastrodon. You know, Gastrodon's your friend for those Greninjas. And that's really it. I mean, he's awesome. He makes people laugh because they're like, Shuckle, what's this thing gonna do? And then they cry because they can't kill it. Yep. I'm telling you guys. It was like, I said 3 in the video, but I kept trying, and just like 5 battles in a row. I'm not even kidding. 5 battles in a row. Shuckle got up to +2 defenses, and Sand was running. I got Infestation off, and they still had all 4 Pokemon. I was even down a couple, and they all just give up. You know, they didn't even have the decency to hit run. They just hit the little the slider that kicks you off the internet. I hate when that happens, but that's Shuckle, my friends. Next week we'll probably do the Dark Team. I know I said I was going to do it this week, but I want to wait to do the Mono Challenges until we, do the Mono Challenge. The week after that is most likely going to be the team we've been testing that I showed you on Monday. I have made some changes to that finally, and that is about it. It's probably been about 20 minutes already. I am tired. I have class tomorrow. Yeah, it's been pretty much 20 minutes, but this is shorter than the last video I recorded, and I just wasn't comfortable uploading that because I really didn't know what I was talking about. It was a sloppy mess. And even though I didn't really know too much about what I was talking about here, I do know Shuckle. I have used Shuckle. I know what Shuckle needs. So that's what I got for you guys. If you have any Pokemon requests that you've seen me use, feel free. If you have someone that you've never seen me use, ask. I might know. That's about it. I appreciate you watching, guys. Thank you very much. Go shuck off somewhere. That was the best typo ever. I forgot the L. And it was just like, you shucker. What the shuck? Shucking it up. Okay, so I'll see you guys later. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you at the next video. Have a nice day.